Leadership isn't a title. It's a way of thinking, a way of showing up, a way of inspiring others when the path ahead is uncertain. In Leadership Secrets of the World's Most Successful CEOs, Eric Yaverbaum distills decades of experience and wisdom from 100 top CEOs, the people who built billion-dollar brands, guided teams through upheaval, and redefined what success looks like. If you've ever wondered what sets these leaders apart, not just in strategy but in presence, mindset, and character, this is your answer. Let's unlock the secrets that transformed these CEOs from ordinary leaders into legacy builders. Section 1. Clarity of vision. Every high-performing CEO starts with clarity, a vision so compelling it pulls people forward. It's not just about what the company does, but why it matters. Take Anne Mulcahy, who took the helm at Xerox during a financial free fall. Instead of relying on cost-cutting tactics, she led with transparency, empathy, and relentless communication. She listened before she spoke. She rebuilt trust. And she inspired her team to believe again when belief was all they had. CEOs aren't just strategists, they're visionaries. They paint futures so vivid that people can't help but want to step into them. Neuroscience tells us that clarity reduces anxiety and boosts decision-making. When the brain knows where it's going, it can focus, adapt, and create. Section 2. Emotional intelligence in action. Here's the truth. EQ outperforms IQ when it comes to leadership. Jim Parker, former CEO of Southwest Airlines, was a master of emotional intelligence. He knew people were the culture. He prioritized relationships over rigid metrics. He created space for humor, for humanity, for mutual respect, and in doing so, built one of the most admired cultures in corporate history. CEOs like Parker understood something fundamental. If people feel seen, heard, and valued, their brains unlock higher-order thinking. When psychological safety is present, innovation thrives. Trust becomes strategy. Emotional intelligence isn't a buzzword. It's a foundational tool for building resilient, innovative teams. Section 3. Leading with values. Think leadership is about charisma? Think again. The world's most impactful CEOs lead from their core values, not their persona. Oprah Winfrey built an empire on authenticity and emotional resonance. Elon Musk, for all his eccentricities, is unwaveringly committed to innovation. Jeff Bezos openly embraces failure, calling it the essential twin of invention. These aren't just business tactics, they're identity markers. Values-driven leaders don't chase applause. They chase meaning. They understand that every decision must echo their deeper mission. This kind of leadership creates cultures that are cohesive, enduring, and adaptable, even under pressure. In neuroscience terms, values are cognitive anchors. They allow teams to regulate emotions, reduce uncertainty, and align actions with purpose. Section 4. Listening as a superpower. The CEOs interviewed in Yaverbaum's book share something most leaders overlook. They listen more than they talk. Listening isn't passive, it's generative. It reveals blind spots, diffuses tension, and builds connection. Joseph Deitch, one of the featured CEOs, says, "The leader chooses the course, drives the bus, and keeps eyes, ears, and heart open." It's about leading with attention, not intention alone. The most effective leaders let curiosity lead before conclusions. Active listening strengthens trust, increases empathy, and improves adaptability. In executive coaching, it's considered a cornerstone skill for scaling impact. Section 5. Turning setbacks into strategy failure. Every CEO faces it. What separates top-tier leaders is how they respond. They don't hide from mistakes, they mine them for insight. Failure is a feedback loop, a reframe, a strategy in disguise. Whether it's Howard Schultz rebuilding Starbucks after missteps, or Sarah Blakely sharing openly about Spanx's early stumbles, successful CEOs see every setback as an invitation to grow. In brain science, failure activates regions tied to learning and resilience. Leaders who normalize mistakes reduce fear and encourage experimentation. Want a creative culture? Model courage. Start with your own failures. Section 6. Human-centered execution. Execution isn't about to-do lists. It's about energy, presence, and consistency. Yaverbaum's profiles reveal leaders who didn't delegate culture, they embodied it. They showed up on the floor. They connected with customers. They knew that leadership isn't what you declare, it's what you demonstrate. In today's complex leadership landscape, the strongest execution comes from shared ownership. Empower your team. Celebrate contributions. Build momentum from trust. Execution isn't a solo act, it's a symphony. Section 7. Action Steps for Emerging Leaders. So how can you lead like the world's most successful CEOs? Clarify your vision. Strip it down to one core truth. What are you really building? Cultivate psychological safety. Make space for questions, creativity, and even dissent. Lead with values. Define them. Communicate them. Live them. Practice active listening. Start meetings with curiosity, not agenda. Normalize setbacks. Create rituals around learning, not blame. Embody consistency. Your team won't follow your words. They'll follow your habits. Leadership isn't inherited. It's chosen moment by moment. In every interaction. In every challenge. In every opportunity to show up with more empathy, clarity, and conviction. The CEOs in this book didn't just build companies. They built cultures, movements, and legacies. So ask yourself, what kind of leader are you becoming? At the Thought Leader Lab, we believe leadership is a practice, a journey, a conscious choice. Subscribe, reflect, and elevate the way you lead. Because leadership isn't about being perfect, it's about being present.